Thank you so much for joining us on ABC 24 Weather Impact Now. I'm Chief Meteorologist Trevor Birchett, and if this is your first day checking in with us, thank you so much for joining us. We are rounding out our first week of this brand new show that is all weather all the time. You can catch us every weekday right here at 6:30, where we get to take a deep dive into the local forecast. Now, most days of the week, I'd be joined by meteorologist Kit Thomas for some extra insight, but Friday is Kit's off day. So on Fridays, it's going to be the Trevor Birchett special, and we're going to get to talk about all kind of weather for the next 30 minutes. Thankfully, we do have some active weather coming up this weekend, so we have a lot to talk about. Let's get right into it and give you that weather impact alert for the weekend. We are still tracking that potential and the likelihood of heavy thunderstorms for your Saturday. This is going to start early in the morning for some of us and then continue into the afternoon before the heaviest rain ends by the evening. Now, some of these storms could be on the strong side. Not every storm, but a couple could be stronger, with high wind gusts and heavy rain looking like that's going to be the biggest concern. For today, the severe weather is off to our west. We're watching Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Wichita, Kansas City, Fayetteville, Arkansas. They're in a pretty substantial severe weather threat. In fact, we've been tracking tornadoes out to our west. We'll talk more about that here in a second. But as the system moves east, I don't think we're going to be dealing with as bad of a severe weather situation as what they're dealing with, but we are still in a severe weather threat for Saturday. It's a low risk, a level 1 to a level 2, nothing we haven't seen before. That scale goes up to 5. Notice it looks like a slightly higher risk down in the Mississippi Delta. Ingredients just a little bit better down there. But even though this is a low severe weather risk, it does go to show that maybe a couple of storms could turn out to be stronger. So Saturday looks pretty soggy. I don't think it's one of those days where you're going to be able to do anything outside. There might be some dry time early in the morning, but once the storms start, we're going to be stuck with rain for most of the day. So if you can, Sunday's the day to be outside. Sunday looks much better. Sunshine, even a little cooler. High temperature about 69 degrees. So here's the latest hour-by-hour radar. I want to walk this through kind of slowly so you can see what the day is going to turn out like. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., many of us will still be dry. But notice by 8 o'clock, those storms starting to line up back in Arkansas. So if you have to do something tomorrow, maybe you want to go on a run, maybe you want to get the dog outside, the earlier in the day, the better. 8 a.m., probably still dry for most of us, but after that, all bets are kind of off. 9 a.m., storms start to get into eastern Arkansas. So again, that's what I'm saying. This is pretty early. 9 a.m., Wynn, Blytheville, the Boot Heel, storms start to line up right along the river. And then by 10 or 11 a.m., that's when we're talking about the Memphis Metro, West Memphis, Shelby County, DeSoto County, storms by 10 or 11 a.m. And it's that leading edge of storms that are probably going to be the strongest. That's where we're going to have the heaviest rain, the most amount of thunder and lightning, and the best chance for high wind gusts. That initial line is going to last maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and then it will kind of taper off to just some more light rain. But that leading edge of storms, as it comes through, that's where things could get a little nasty for a couple of minutes. 11 a.m., still passing through Memphis. By the afternoon, it becomes more of a North Mississippi deal. So Oxford and Corinth, the worst of the weather there, probably by 1 or 2 p.m. And then I think the heaviest storms are going to wrap up by 3 or 4. We just got to get that initial line to pass through. And I think that line is going to move out by 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And then it'll be more of just a light off and on rain. So even though the steadiest storms will end by 4 o'clock, it won't be completely dry. We're still going to see spotty showers for tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. So if you do have dinner time plans, I don't expect colossal thunderstorms, but there could still be some light off and on showers for tomorrow evening and even into tomorrow night. Storm threats, well, our biggest concern, the heavy rain as that line passes through. Could be heavy enough downpours that we see some isolated flooding on the roads. And then a couple of areas along that line could see high wind gusts, 50 to 60 miles an hour. Could be enough for some isolated power outages or maybe enough to knock some limbs and branches around. The hail threat and the tornado threat, I'm not extremely concerned about. This is not the kind of setup, at least in the Mid-South in our area, that we would look for tornadoes with. That's more so back in Oklahoma with this setup. But it is getting into severe weather season. We can never completely rule anything out. And with those lines of thunderstorms, we can sometimes get those quick little spin up weak tornadoes that can develop. So while the tornado threat is low tomorrow, we'll watch things carefully because those line of storms could easily spin up a quick little tornado or two. But this is certainly not the setup that we would look for strong tornadoes or a large outbreak of tornadoes. Most of us just going to see some rain and maybe some gusty wind. We did hit a record high temperature today, so with spring-like temperatures comes spring-like storms. We made it to 83. Record was 81. That was set back in 2022, so we blew that out of the water. Nice sunset right now, mostly clear skies, so if you have Friday night plans, enjoy them. I think we're mostly dry. Live look at Hope Church has us at 78 degrees. Very warm, almost a little muggy for this time of year. Light winds out of the south right now. Radar is mostly clear as it has been today. There are a couple of isolated showers over in central Arkansas and then one little downpour in southern Quitman County. This is not really anything too major, but just south of Marks, one little shower has popped up. Probably because it was just so warm today. We had a couple of showers earlier not far from Sardis Lake as well. And again, that's typical. Once you get into the 80s, sometimes the atmosphere can squeak out a shower or two. And that's possible tonight, but I don't expect any widespread rain. Most of us are going to be completely dry. We are watching, though, back off to our west. Look at Oklahoma. Several tornado warnings right now near the Tulsa metro area. In fact, it looks like Tulsa itself is under a tornado warning. This is our storm system that's going to be headed our way overnight tonight. Again, though, like I mentioned, the ingredients just not as good for tornadoes here as they are in Oklahoma. So while we are seeing more of a tornado risk in Oklahoma, I don't necessarily expect that same risk here. For us, it's going to be mainly the rain and the high wind gusts. Again, tonight, mostly dry. I can't rule out a shower for somebody, but I think most of us are dry tonight. Cloudy, mild temperatures near 70 for most of the night. We dropped to about 65 in Memphis, 67 in Covington, 66 in Oxford, 67 in Clarksdale. Tomorrow early in the morning, maybe dry, 7 to 8 a.m. But once we get to 9 or 10, storms really fire up, probably about 10 or 11 a.m. in Memphis and DeSoto County, and then into North Mississippi in the afternoon. The heaviest storms end by 4 tomorrow, but there could still be some light showers for the rest of the evening. So we're really going to be watching again 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's the best chance for heavy thunderstorms, heavy rain, maybe some flooding, thunder and lightning, and some gusty wind. So before you go to bed tonight, secure any loose objects that might blow around in your backyard. And also probably just a good idea to make some indoor plans for Saturday. So there's that cold front. This is kind of the first one that we're tracking. That clears out and it keeps us pretty dry for Sunday. Sunday looks very nice. But as we get to Monday, that front kind of makes a U-turn, lifts back to the north as a warm front, and that could put us in a corridor where we see maybe some spotty storms Monday and Tuesday. Overall, I think most of Monday and Tuesday are dry. Could be some spotty storms, though. Wednesday, the next day to watch as another cold front comes in, and that brings in another line of storms similar to what we're going to see on Saturday. So you add all that up, we're talking about 2 to 3, 4, maybe 5 inches of rain over the next 7 days in the Mid-South. If you haven't already, be sure to get our apps. You can scan that QR code right there on your screen, pull out your phone's camera and just scan that code. That will take you to a link on your phone to either download our app for your phone or for your smart TV. If you have a Samsung, a Roku, a Fire TV, an Apple TV, you can download the ABC 24 app there. You can watch live radar all the time and breaking weather updates as they happen. So if we get any strong thunderstorms rolling in, we'll be live right there with updates tomorrow. A weather impact alert, again, storms in the morning continuing into the afternoon. Could be some high wind gusts and heavy rain along with thunder and lightning, and then turning to more light rain by Saturday evening and Saturday night. Sunday looks good, 69 with sunshine. Monday and Tuesday, only slight storm chances. There could be a couple of pop-ups, but I think most of Monday and Tuesday will be dry. It'll just be more of those isolated storms, highs near 80. Next big cold front is Wednesday. That brings in another line of heavy storms for everybody. And then look what that cold front does. Puts us back to sunny and cooler weather. Thursday and Friday of next week look great. with highs in the 60s. But of course, all eyes on tomorrow as we are watching that chance of strong thunderstorms. We'll have a lot more on that to come. Stay with us right here on ABC 24 Weather Impact Now. We're back after this.